Bon dia! Another beautiful day in paradise. It's Wednesday, payday, first third of the month. So I'm running errands and went to the farmacia, I got some of my meds. As I've mentioned before, meds are much less expensive here than they are back up in the US. And right now I'm walking to a craft store. I need a clay pot to repot a plant in my house. And on the way back, I need to get some potting soil. One of my hobbies, or one of my passions, are plants. So, let's go to the craft store. I get my U.S. Social Security check, direct deposit it into my U.S. bank account, checking account, on the 3rd of every month. And then what I do is I withdraw it in Brazilian reais. It takes me 3 days to do that because there is a limit to the amount I'm allowed to withdraw on a daily basis from a foreign bank account. So on the 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th of every month, I make 3 withdrawals and 3 deposits. When I withdraw the money, I deposit it into my Brazilian. I withdraw the money in cash, in reais, and then at the same time, I turn around and deposit those reais into my Brazilian bank account. It takes me 3 days, as I mentioned, because of the withdrawal limits. 3 days to accomplish that. But, you know, I live in the big city. There's lots of bank branches around me. I use the ATM machines. And then I'm set for the month. Of course, one of the first things I do when I get paid is to pay my rent. Then I also pay my credit card bill. I have a Brazilian credit card that my bank gave me. It's got, you're not going to believe the credit limit, the equivalent of $50 credit limit. I use it to, buy groceries at the end of the month when I'm short of cash. So I pay that off. I go to the pharmacy and stock up on my meds. What else do I do? I send, it's not much. I send the equivalent of $20 a month to my niece who just had a baby. $20 isn't very much, but it does help with the diapers and stuff. One of my brother-in-laws, I bought him a washing machine. So I send him, $30 a month. We're making payments on it. I bought it for him, but I didn't buy it right out. I bought it on payments, no interest. They allow you to do that. And now I'm at a state government sponsored store that I love that sells arts and crafts, artesanatos, traditional. And I'm looking for a big, this is called red clay. It's beautiful, painted. They have a lot of different objects in this material, but I'm looking for a pot for planting. So let's go in. And yes, I've stopped at Starbucks. I really normally boycott Starbucks for various reasons. One is their opposition to allowing employees to unionize, but oh well. Here I am at Starbucks Brazil. And I bought some multivitamins. Today is my spend money day on payday. After rent, my second biggest expense of the month are my medications. As you can see, I take a lot of them. Some for heart disease that I acquired after my stroke, blood thinners, cholesterol medicine, and for some from my diabetes that was diagnosed a couple of months ago. And that includes a couple of types of vitamins, especially the B complex, because one of the medications I take depletes vitamin B, so doctor prescribed multivitamins, and blood testing equipment, of course. Don't get old. It's expensive. But my total cost for my meds here in Brazil is a total of the equivalent of $300 a month. And in the United States, it would be significantly more just for one of these medications. I went to the pharmacy in California, Walgreens, and I was quoted $900 for the Ozempic, which is actually, you don't see here, it's in the refrigerator. The Ozempic was $900, so I said thanks, but no thanks. I get it here for $200 a month. So Brazil is far, far, far more reasonable if you need lots of medications. So my biggest monthly expense is my rent, the equivalent of $400 a month. My second biggest expense is medicine, the equivalent of $300 a month. Now, if you're young and healthy, that's an expense you wouldn't have, but hey, it's part of being old. And then other expenses. I spend about $50. My light bill comes to about $50 a month. I've always got a fan on, sometimes two fans, lights, television, refrigerator, etc. So my light bill is a little bit higher than other people's might be. Another expense is my cable TV, which is my internet connection, and that's includes my cable TV. That comes to $25 a month. Then there is my cell phone. That comes to a very reasonable $10 a month. Anything else? I've got a New York Times subscription. That's very reasonable at $2 a month. And that's about it. And of course, then there's food and entertainment. That's variable. But what I'm saying is that here it is very possible to live on a Social Security check of $1,500 a month and have enough for everything you need and want, and even a little bit extra to put into savings, because I do like to travel. As I mentioned, I recently made a trip up to California, and that's thanks to what I'm able to put aside every month. Having a Brazilian bank account is very important, at least to me, to make my life easier, because I have a local debit card and a local credit card, and I'm able to pay bills and do transfers easily. Now, getting a Brazilian bank account as a foreigner is not always the easiest thing in the world, you have to be a legal permanent residence with the equivalent of a Brazilian green card. What is it called? An RNE. That's super important. And a lot of banks, Brazilian banks, want all sorts of ridiculous documentation, like your passport translated into English and ridiculous things like that, and your firstborn child. But there is one bank that is pretty easy to open up an account with. I had no problems at all. All they wanted to see was my RNE, my equivalent of a green card, which I had, and I think I showed them my passport. And that was at Santander Bank, which is a big international Spanish bank. And they even have branches in the United States and all over Latin America and Europe, of course. So I highly suggest Santander if you're looking to open a bank account without hassles. And here I am at the supermarket. And the prices are very reasonable compared to the United States. Of course, I also buy food at more traditional markets and stands, but sometimes you need to go to the supermarket to find certain things, and prices are low compared to the United States. So, I hope this video gives you an idea of what my monthly expenses are and my payday, what I do on my payday. I think I pretty much included everything. And the purpose of this video and all of my videos is to show you that you can live abroad outside the United States or Europe for a very reasonable amount of money, and there is an escape from high inflation, high costs, anxiety about finances by leaving the United States. And I hope you find your perfect spot. Mine is Salvador, Brazil, but as I've said before, there are over 200 countries in the world, and I hope you find yours. Have a great day. Boa tarde. Beijo. Ciao.